back to my channel. Today I have a monthly May message for all of the Libras out in the collective. Please note this is going to be a general reading, so it is not going to resonate with every single Libra out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual coach, and a sound healing practitioner. So without further ado, Libra, let's go ahead and dive right into your monthly message. So Libra, we are starting out with TikTok. Spring equinox rebirth and transformation. Okay, Libra. So this month is really going to be about a rebirth. It's really going to be about allowing new things to take shape and take form in your life. Now, I want to point out that you might have been wanting new things in your life, whether this is a new job, new relationships, those kinds of things. You might have wanted it at the beginning of the year, but what Spirit is really saying here with TikTok is that that wasn't the appropriate time for new beginnings in your life. Your new beginnings are really going to start taking shape right after the spring equinox, which we have already had. So you are basically going to experience new beginnings in relationships, in your career, in finances, in all areas of your life. And that is ultimately because you are going through a major transformation. Now, when this type of energy really comes into your life, that really means is that older energy that is no longer serving you, is no longer a part of who you are at the core, is now falling away. It's sort of dissipating, which is allowing you to sort of transform like a butterfly, like a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly. And this is about really changing at a deep cellular level. And when this occurs, there's a lot of healing that takes place. And so I think when we ultimately we ultimately plan for ourselves here, Libra, that we want things to change at a certain time, in a certain place. It's almost like we want to plan it all out for ourselves, but we have to understand that divine timing is really what is at play here. And we have to allow things to occur naturally and organically in order for it to truly take effect, in order for it to be that much more enriching and transforming. So let's go ahead and dive into the tarot here, Libra, so that we can get a good idea of what else Spirit wants you to know. I do feel that, you are healing from a lot of pain per se, a lot of things in your life that sort of now needed to come to an end. And that healing is ultimately transforming you from the inside out. So when we say a deep cellular level, what we truly mean is that you are transforming from the inside out. And that could be, mentally, that could be emotionally. And, we have to do those transformations deep within ourselves first before we can see the transformation outwardly. So a good example of that is going to be whenever people talk about your mental health, or they talk about your physical well-being. The things that we think, how we think about ourselves, the things that we say about ourselves, the things that we feel about ourselves, we have to change that. We have to transform that deep within ourselves first, right? So whenever you're going into some sort of a health well-being perspective, or you're trying to lose weight, you have to change your thoughts and how you feel about yourself. And it's really changing that type of mentality that truly starts to be reflective and shows outwardly, okay? So right away, as we start off with the Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. So this really tells me that, what's currently changing in your life is that you're actually finding a lot more balance in your life. And you're choosing the things in your life here, Libra, that make more sense to you. By finding that balance and really picking and choosing the things that you ultimately love and that bring you a sense of purpose or a sense of passion that you ultimately become so excited about, that is ultimately how you're starting to really transform. Because I feel that maybe in the past here, Libra, you might have sort of just done what you felt you needed to do, but you didn't really consciously do things in a way that ultimately made you happy. And so it was really difficult for you to see the rewards in all of your efforts. Okay. Now, I do see here with the Six of Swords and the Queen of Swords that this rebirth is happening because it's sort of shifting you into this new life that you're basically starting over. The Six of Swords is a rite of passage. So that means that you're leaving everything behind and you're starting fresh. You're starting brand new. You're starting on this new path, this new journey, and you're not allowing anything to get in your way. The Queen of Swords here is really about being very making intellectual choices and not allowing her emotions to get the best of her. So she's not making decisions based off of her emotions. She's making decisions from a very objective perspective. So it's like she's viewing and asking herself, you know, what is my best course of action here? What are the things that I ultimately need to let go of? And she's cutting them out. And by cutting them out, it's really truly allowing her to experience this transformation and allowing her to work on the things that she ultimately wants to achieve. And this is what's transpiring here with you, Libra. By you cutting out all of the BS and all of the things that no longer matter and the things that don't excite you or don't inspire you anymore, it allows you to focus and sort of work on the things that you love to work on, right? The Eight of Pentacles really speaks about being mastering a skill set or mastering oneself. And I ultimately feel here, Libra, that you are meant to sort of love yourself, nurture yourself, work on yourself, become one with yourself. So this whole rebirth and transformation here, Libra, is really about you mastering yourself, mastering your thoughts, mastering your emotions, being more loving and nurturing and making sure that you are taking care of yourself. I feel that is what is sort of taking place for you this May. I feel like you're taking initiatives and steps towards creating this new life that you ultimately want and that you ultimately desire here, Libra. And this is a beautiful thing because I do feel, I mean, look at this. This is, if I were to choose a specific layout for myself, Libra, it would be this spread right here. This is beautiful. This is about, you know, the balance and learning to appreciate all of the hard work that we've done in the past. And we're willing to look at everything that we've done in the past. And even though we might have felt off balance and we might have felt like things really weren't, you know, moving fast enough, we sort of found that balance and now we're able to appreciate all of the hard work we put in the past. And now that we can appreciate that, we can look at everything, we can lay it all out and ultimately say to ourselves, I'm willing to let this go because I no longer need it. It no longer defines me. It's no longer a part of who I am. And I'm willing to cut that out and not be emotional about it because I know that this is going to allow me to truly focus on my greatest heart's desire and become one with who I am and be able to create this new life that I'm ultimately desiring here. So Libra, this is beautiful. This is an entire rebirth for you that I feel that you've been wanting for a very long time, but you didn't know how you were going to get there. And I feel that getting there is really almost sort of half the battle, right? With the Hierophant and the Eight of Wands here, it's about recognizing that, you know, all of the experiences that you have had has ultimately taught you something. And the Hierophant is really about traditions, right? I feel this is really about you really coming to a deeper understanding of how you were brought up, how those certain traditions that were passed on, you're sort of allowing yourself to say, I don't condone that, or I don't believe in that anymore. That's not really truly who I am. And I feel that's where you're sort of learning and you're sort of expanding and you're becoming more enlightened and awakened to it. Now, I will say here that with the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Wands is about, being willing, all of the communication that sort of comes forward, right? And it's about you truly coming forward in an aspect that you're communicating exactly what it is that you are desiring, exactly what it is that you are wanting. And so that really allows you to attract those things to you here. So that is ultimately important, I feel. Now, when you really look at, all of your actions, all of the things that you have learned to appreciate here, Libra, it is truly allowed you to be able to transform, right? All of those learned experiences helped you to identify, what doesn't feel right or what isn't in alignment with you anymore. And that's what you're leaving behind. You're leaving behind the animosity. You're leaving behind all of the regret, all of the shame, right? Because the Five of Swords is really about learning the lesson, right? Understanding that it's not about winning all of the time. It's understanding that you have to find balance in winning and losing, but also seeing things from a different perspective, because you recognize that there is lessons in each and everything. And that is how you ultimately grow. That's how you learn. It's how you expand. So with the Moon card here is recognizing the dreams and the illusions, right? And I feel that ultimately you have come to a place where you now recognize what is for you and what is not for you. And you're moving courageously towards those things because you know that it is going to lead you towards this greater sense of maturity, okay? I absolutely love this for you, Libra. I feel that this ultimately is giving you, it's ultimately giving you a sense of understanding. It's helping you identify here, Libra, exactly what it is that you need to let go of so that you can allow this transformation to take shape, to take form. Because I feel that this is about you no longer holding on to the past, you no longer holding on to regrets. Understand that things transpired the way that they did because they needed to transpire that way here with divine timing. And now it's time for you to sort of take charge, for you to initiate and recognize, you know what, this is how this new rebirth is going to be different. And how it's going to be different is based on what you choose to focus on. Do you choose to focus on your dreams, or do you choose to focus on your illusions? And this is what you're needing to really let go, right? You're needing to cut out the illusions and the fears, the regret, all of those things that do not lead you towards this new beginning. So Libra, this is your message. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys.